Okay, so welcome back. I got me a little snack and munched on it for a little bit, feeling a little better. So, like I said, I think it's diabetic related. Anyhow, for those that wasn't watching the last video, I started feeling kind of weird at the end, so I had to get something to eat. Um, so anyhow, we have cattle equipment that we're hauling here. We're taking this up to excuse me, El Paso. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. Get our stuff back here. We gotta get some fuel along the way here. We got about a quarter tank of diesel. And normally I change the time to in the morning, but it was still 2 in the afternoon, and I didn't really feel like passing the time for no reason, so I left the time alone. So we might, depending upon how things go, it's supposed to be a 6-hour run. It'll be dark by the time we get where we're going, but yeah, it is what it is. We can always end it with just a little bit of darkness. I don't think it'll hurt anybody. I know sometimes, or at least used to, certain games that at night it was hard to see in a recording or a live stream. So let's work on getting out of this place here.
Continue straight.
Cows are sitting there eating dirt, it looks like. Reminds me back when playing FS17 and that, either 17 or 19. And
400 meters.
somebody had
Right.
the chickens in like a gravel lot, and they were just like pecking at the gravel. So it was kind of funny looking. Also seen something like that when another modder put horses. There was horses in a field, then he changed the way the field worked in the parking lot and everything, and he didn't move them, so they were walking around the parking lot and the gravel and everything. And ooh, I think I'm doing this too fast. That wasn't a bright idea, but oh well. So anyhow, yeah, he had gravel eating horses in his. This thing was shipped. There it was. So yeah, we do this load here. Like I said, I'm half feeling pretty decent tonight. Like I said, I had to eat earlier, but I'm starting to notice that for a long time with trucking, especially the past, let's see, it was before COVID. So before COVID, it was about a year before COVID happened. I had my gallbladder removed due to gallstones, and it kind of changed up my eating and stuff like that, and irregularities with going to the restroom. So
400 meters.
I had a bad habit about I would get up in the morning, and if I ate anything, it was just like a package of peanut butter crackers or something like that. That was all I ate, and I would work all day without ever eating, and I'd be starving all day, just couldn't wait to go home. And eventually, 5 or so in the afternoon, I'd finally have to say I got to eat, and I would go through and get something to eat, usually at a drive-through restaurant, and I would eat and then get back to work. And of course, my stomach didn't like it. So anyhow, I've noticed that now I have to eat a lot more often than I used to, and I'm always continuously hungry. That was another thing with about high blood sugar, was always hungry, or always felt like you were hungry. Oh, set that wrong. Set the cruise control. So yeah, anyhow, my mind kind of wandered there for a second. So that was just some of the stuff with diabetes. If you don't know anything really about diabetes, don't go off of what I say, because I may misunderstood something or misread something. I might have been misinformed, on a website. So do your due diligence and do your own research if you're wanting to know kind of more about diabetes. The thing I will say is that my mom is diabetic, and her mother was diabetic. Some of her siblings were diabetics. On my dad's side, my grandmother was diabetic, and so was one of her brother. Um, was diabetic, so it runs real bad in the family, and that's one of the things they say to watch for with people that have a lot of it running in the family. That you know it you're more prone to get it in the long run. And when it comes to high sugar, even though you've eaten and stuff like that, but you're always hungry and stuff, they say that the reason behind it is that your body doesn't know you're diabetic. It just knows it has a lot of insulin in itself, because your body creates its own insulin. And there's too much of it, and it doesn't know what to do with it, so it just thinks that you need to eat again. And it will make you hungry and make you where you continuously eat. And I've noticed to where I'm real shaky. I think I've talked about this in the past, where wasn't playing trucking or any game with a controller when very much because I was so shaky all the time. I need to slow down. I was always shaky, and which is never a good feeling. And I'm thinking a lot of that is lined up with it. And I've watched my mom after living here with her for 2 years now. And watching her diabetes and stuff. I always called her the kitchen goblin because I was always up late playing games with friends and hanging out, and she was always up and down all night. She'd go to bed and say, "Oh, I'm going to bed. I'm tired." I'm like, "Okay, it's cool. You do you." And a couple hours later, she's in the kitchen getting something to eat. And and then she might pop in here and say hi for a minute, see what I'm doing, and then she goes back there doing whatever she was doing, which is, laying in bed watching TV or going to sleep. And then next thing you know, a few hours later, she emerges again. And it was annoying for me because I'm not used to someone up and down all night. I'm one of these ones that, so far, when I go to bed, I sleep, 6 to 10 hours, depending upon how tired I am. So I'm pretty fortunate that I do that. Whereas my mom, she sleeps for a little bit, gets up, she's hungry, comes to get something to eat, eats, watches a little TV and goes back to sleep, and she might do that several times throughout the night. But just the not feeling good and then eating and you instantly almost feel better, I kind of understand how a diabetic feels now, if that makes sense. Because I'm not really sure if I'm diabetic. If I'm not diabetic, I think I'm pre-diabetic. So I'll just kind of have to see how that goes. And I cannot see that dotted line for anything that's like concrete, just like real life. I can see the lines. So, yeah. A lot of neat things going on. I know I talked about it a little bit in my past videos, and like I said, I'm not doing a tutorial. That's why I should learn this a little better, but I was talking about the truckie. And so truckie, if you're serious about trucking and stuff like that and play this game pretty regular, it's pretty neat because you can join a virtual trucking company or create your own, which I created my own. And I have one over in Trucksbook as well, but truckie has a lot more options with it. This overlay for one is pretty cool. I may adjust it to a different color. I'm not sure if I really like the blue because it almost looks purple. But I like all that information that it gives me. That's some of it I really don't need. If I'm going to be using my map, I see a lot of that info is doubled, more or less. And I really don't need that all the time. So some of it I might reduce. But the thing that I like that's pretty cool is if you look at the top right, on the right side of that bar, it shows the 14 minutes and then it shows a time after that, which is military time. That's real. It's real time. It's going to take me 14 minutes real time, and I'm going to get there at 11:34 my time, and right now it is at 11:21. So 14 minutes, and I think that's pretty cool because it shows real time. Which if you look down at the bottom below the map, it says I got 4.5 hours roughly to get there, and that's game time. So that's the time scale inside the game, which I think it's kind of cool how I can have that. I can see more information. I used to have something like this with Trucksbook years ago where I was able to display my load information and stuff, and I put it, I think I had it at the top left corner, just right there. It kind of overlaid a little bit into my mirror, just a little bit. And yeah, this shows a lot of neat stuff. So I mean, if you're watching the video here, just kind of look at what all it's showing up there. Because right now it's got my load info up there. I don't know what that number means, but it's got like a number 250. I don't know what all that is.
Keep right.
So we gotta turn here.
Keep right. And then turn right.
So it shows a lot of neat stuff. Right. And even if you don't want to be part of a virtual trucking company, you can still use this. Because when I first set it up, I didn't even join a company. I didn't create my company. I didn't have nothing set up. I just put it in there, installed it, and then kind of played with some of the settings of what I wanted to see. And then I turned the game on last night for a little bit to see what it looked like. And I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. I'm going to test this out. So today is, in theory, or tonight is my test run with this stuff. And I'm really liking it. Oh, crap. We still got to get fuel, don't we? That's a bummer. Hold on, let me set the cruise. Let's see if I can... It's not that one. Which button is it? The button. There we go. Trying to adjust. Okay, we have a fuel stop up here in Hobbs. Oops, I should stay on the road. We need to turn right here. Really need to open this road in front of me, though. You can always detour back to it. Oh, hold on a second. Let me do this. Map. Oh, that's a little fuel stop, too. What else is down the road, if anything? It's in Carlsbad. Nothing. Whole lot of nothing. We're gonna get a few viewpoints in. That's a good thing. Yeah, let's go ahead and run over here to this fuel stop. I don't want to, but what we're gonna do. So we're gonna turn here. It'll recalculate us. I can always turn around and go back so I can go and open that road. Sorry if at times I'm quiet and I'm not talking. Sometimes I'm just thinking for some reason, I think. What we're going to do is we're going to turn left here. Put that off. I think I can turn here. And that's not going to be cool. No, we're going to hop the curb. This truck's got a drinking problem and we need to satisfy it. $1,200 for diesel. To fill it back up, please. It was about 1,200. Let me see. 1,217. It's pretty close, wasn't I? Alright, let's get out of here. We'll go and just... We're going to make a right, and we're just going to get back on track. Oh, this thing is not in gear? That's fine. Sometimes I don't know if it's operator error or if it's something buggy going on, but every so often I'll go to do shifting and it goes all haywire on me. I've learned that if I'm driving down the road and say I hit the map and I tab out of the game, when I come back into the game and I continue, I'm fine if I had the cruise control set. As soon as I cut the cruise off, the truck goes into neutral. So I don't know if that's a glitch. I mean, that probably is because of, you know, having any out of the game. But There's just times where it seems
Keep
like
right.
the gears
And
don't want to
then
do what you
turn
want
right.
them to do, and then other days they do great. So I know I'm going on a tangent about that, but is what it is.
Turn right.
Let's see here. So yeah, like I said in the previous video, you know, my sister and them were living here. That was interesting. I'm not going to talk about everything that happened, but there was some stuff that was pretty ugly that I didn't really care for, and it kind of kept me on edge for a while. But over time, it kind of smoothed over, and everything kind of settled on their own. I gotta slow down right here, don't I? Whoa, you see that? And just like that, it crashed. Okay, we are back again. So we had the crash. I came back in and started the recording, and when I got to the same spot, which is just ahead, it crashed again. And this is where it put me back at when I stopped, or when I came back before. So this is kind of like the save point, I guess, that it put. So what we're gonna do is we are going to go, we're gonna make a U-turn here, and we are gonna go back to where that gas station was, and we're just gonna go that direction. And we're gonna see what happens when we go through town the other way. Hopefully this is gonna work, because if not, this video is done. So we're just gonna kind of see here. We've had this issue also over in Seattle, not Seattle, Spokane,
Keep
Washington.
left. And then turn left.
I was hauling a load of propane from Seattle
Turn left.
out to Spokane, and I was delivering in Spokane. I'm literally a few minutes from delivery, and it kept crashing when I come into town. So I don't know if I've got a mod issue or if it's something with the game. That was happening. I'm trying to remember when exactly that happened. I want to say 159 was already out, and I did a quick Google search on game crashes and was looking at my logs and everything. I can't figure out what's causing it, so we're gonna go this way through town, because I apparently have been here, and we're gonna see kind of what happens. I don't know if I approached it from a different way, if it would do differently, or how that would work exactly. Yeah, it's just one of the weird things when it comes to games. It's quite annoying, especially when you're trying to do like I'm doing a video or something like that.
Keep left. And then turn left. Turn left.
Let's see. So far everything seems okay, but I don't know if it's just certain cities have got some issues. Because everything I looked at online was saying, oh, verify your file integrity, make sure your graphics card's updated. So I did check my graphics card, and there was an update. So I did that, thinking maybe that would fix it, but it didn't fix it. So now I'm trying to figure out what's going on. If I get close enough to certain things, I don't know if I need to. I'll need to slow down, number one, I guess.
Keep right. And then turn right.
Because here's the thing, the only thing that I have in my mods that really changes things,
Turn right.
other than, you know, the trucks itself, is we do run the real company mod, and we don't have any issues with that. But I don't know if maybe that's causing the issue here in this town. So now this is going to be kind of another one of avoid areas, you know, until I know it's fixed. Alright, so anyhow, back to riding along. I have no clue what I was talking about earlier. It probably doesn't matter. I was probably flapping my jaw about something stupid. But, so yeah, we'll just kind of cruise across here. See how things go. So far, everything's fine now. I do remember looking at the map when we was looking for fuel, and I noticed there was going to be some viewpoints and a photo thing. We're going to grab those while we're up here, and all that fun stuff, as long as it doesn't crash again. If it crashes again, this load's done. I'll just cancel the load and delete the videos I recorded for it. Go do something else, because I'm not going to sit there and deal with crashes. I mean, if you can't get through where you need to drive through because it's crashing, there's no point in doing the video. And I got the hiccups for some weird reason. Yeah, the nice thing was this is all new road for me. Got left here in town.
Keep left, and then turn left.
Why does it want me to turn there, then turn and turn again? That's gonna go straight. We'll make one turn and be done with it, not two. It probably thinks that that's shorter, and I don't know how it's shorter.
Keep left, and then turn left.
Yeah, I'm still getting that stuttering stuff going on now and then. Like right now, my frames are in the mid-50s.
Continue straight.
Which at least is steady. It's a start. Great road for us. Ooh, we discover new roads. I'll ride it. Seems okay. Cross my fingers. I can't knock on wood. There's nothing wood near me. Well, there is the arm, but I don't know if this is wood or not. Let's knock on plastic. I'm not going to do it because I don't want y'all to hear the thunking. I noticed that somewhere along here, too, there was a picture thingy, too. Down just to speed up. I thought we did there. Top this hill here, I want to look at the map real fast. I just want to see where that photo thing is. I'd like to go ahead and get it over with. But if not, it is what it is. Cruise, but I'm going to Texas now. Take a look here real quick. Yeah, that photo thing is up here past the rest area on the straightaway. So we're going to try to grab that. And then we're obviously going to hit this viewpoint here. I'm going to go ahead and pop in there and do that. And this one I'm not going to probably do because it's on the other side of the road, unless I can just jump over there. I don't have traffic on, so. Sorry, I had to mute. I haven't had to cough. Yeah, obviously I've never driven across here, so. Pull off right here. I couldn't get it. I probably could have, but I'm trying to drive halfway sensible, folks. I'm never perfect at it. I just noticed something. We bought fuel in Hobbs, but I'm at a half tank already. Below a half tank. We should have been good for a long time. So we're probably gonna have to find another fuel stop again. This video is gonna be longer than I wanted. Okay, so that picture thing is up here, and I'm just gonna kind of cheat. I'm not gonna stop. I know you should, but I'm just gonna hit the photo button for photo, and I think it's gonna be, there it is right there. I see it on my right. So I'm gonna hit E on the keyboard, and then we're gonna just grab this picture real quick, get the truck in it. El Capitan. I'll have to remember that so I can mark that off my list. And then we're going to do this viewpoint up here, so go ahead and get ready to stop. I didn't want to have to stop twice. Into my brakes. Okay. Oh, she's rolling. Set the brakes. There we go. Oh, it turned the ignition back on. I was wondering why it was doing that. Alright, El Capitan again. Like I said, I don't know if we'll get the other one. We'll just have to see when we get over there. We'll check this out. I always like watching these. Some people, they don't. They just start it and end it immediately. You know, hit the escape key. Okay, so that's that. Alright, let's get back rolling again. The brake is still on. Pretty windy. That wind sucks. Stick it straight out like that. Pretty nice through here. I will admit to that. It is pretty nice. We're gonna be running out of daylight for too long though. viewpoint's coming up here in a little bit. We can probably pull in and grab it because it's a 2-lane road now. Big area, okay. Where's that sign? Bad traffic on, I probably wouldn't want to do it this way. Part of Abbott Historian, whatever that one is. Let's check this one out. What do we got here? The Salt Flats. That was odd. Sorry, trying to watch this, but I heard a noise. And I'm the only one here. The thing about this is called the Salt Flats, but when I think about Salt Flats, I think about out by Salt Lake City. Alright, well, we got about 50 miles left. You're gonna do that, aren't you? Started rolling on me. Losing daylight. Some lights on here. Back to riding. According to Turkey up there, we got about 2 minutes to where we're going. We'd have already been delivered. Well, the crash didn't help matters for a start, and the extra stopping for viewpoints and such. So lost a little time with that, but yeah, it is what it is. Sorry if I'm quiet, guys, but I just think it's something to talk about. I don't want to get into some big subject and not be able to finish it, for the delivery and such. And back when my sister and all them were here, and not being able to talk, I thought about doing no commentary videos, and I was on the fence with that one, and kind of still am, because there's times where I, feel like I could probably do it, but, and there's times where, you just can't think of anything to talk about, so just like doing a no commentary video, or limited commentary, if that makes sense. So I've toyed with the idea of it, but You know, there's people out there that actually watch the video and listen to everything going on. There's people that, you know, they just listen. You know, they put it on for background noise or something like that. Maybe glance at it from time to time while they're doing some kind of like work from home job or something like
Continue
that.
straight.
And then you got people that strictly only listen to it. So if there's nothing to listen to other than a humming of a motor or something, then they're not going to be interested. And that's my opinion and my take on it.
Continue straight.
So I don't know.
Keep right.
It's been an idea
And
because there's
turn right.
games that I'll play that there's just really not much to talk about, you know, other than the ideas coming at hand, other than just repeating
Turn
yourself,
right.
you know.
Continue
Wow, I've got
straight.
a lot of skipping right there. I was down in the 40s that time.
In 400 meters, turn left.
I think there's something going
Turn
on.
left.
A lot of people have been complaining about there being a lot of skipping and stuff since this latest, well, not the latest, but when 159 initially dropped. See right
Move
there,
right.
I'm down to 50
It's been
again.
my honor and duty to see you through this mission.
Okay, I don't know, have the clutch pushed in enough? Alright, well, so for the sake of this video, just because we've been delayed enough as it is, I'm just going to do automatic parking and we're going to be done with this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop here. I'm actually going to just shut the engine off and then park it. Or let them park it, I mean. Alright, show results. We're done with all that. Go back to drive. Alright, guys. That's pretty much that. Sorry about all the issues that I ran into. And please don't think that I'm trying to complain about, you know, um, crashes and things like that. You know, that stuff happens, but it does get annoying. And if it, you know, when it continues, it can be an issue. I was glad that I was able to go the other way around through town and make it work. Some of the testing I'm going to do, I mean, I know I'm running modded trucks and things like that. I do have a profile with no mods that I used to run with Nick the Hick. He is now, I don't think he's going to be streaming anymore, or at least he was already taking a hiatus, and I think he's done, to be honest with you. But he didn't run mods or anything like that. We did our Wednesday trucking streams, so I had the one profile for that. So I might jump in that profile and go to those two towns, Spokane and the last one, which was Hobbs, and see if it does it with no mods at all. And if it does it with no mods, then it's probably, you know, either real company or something like that. So, but anyhow, guys, that's going to be into that. I think I'm done recording for the night. I'm getting a little tired. It's already a little bit after midnight for me. So, you guys have a great one, and I will see y'all later.